Alrighty friends, it's Saturday and I'm back at Last Chance because they've had some crazy deals the last 2 weeks, week and a half, I don't know. So yesterday I was here and they had 80% off dresses and 50% off shoes. So we're going back to see if they have 80% off dresses, and if they do, hopefully they restock some. Alright, I grabbed a cart from upstairs because sometimes on the sale days they don't have carts. So might as well take an extra minute to have a cart. And we're headed off into Last Chance for the second day in a row, and luckily they still had 80% off dresses, so that is the first place I went. Now, if you don't know what Last Chance is, it is a place where everything goes after Nordstrom Rack, Nordstrom Returns. It's a great place to find inventory for reselling. However, there are only two in the country, one in Phoenix and one in Chicago. This is a Bardot dress. Bardot is sold at Nordstrom, obviously, and Revolve. I threw it in my cart, but honestly, I might stop picking up Bardot because it's just not selling for me. I grabbed this Charlie Holiday dress, and I've grabbed a few of these from Last Chance so far. They're very spring summer dresses, so I've only listed one and it hasn't had much interest in the last few weeks. I might end up taking these dresses to buy sell trade stores. This is a bridesmaid's dress. I do pick these up sometime, but I honestly just have a lot of bridesmaids dresses right now, so I left that one after 6 behind. This is a good brand, like a very expensive brand. It's called By Timo. I learned about it from shopping at Last Chance. I left this one behind because it is missing a slip, as you can see here with the straps. One of my favorite bread and butter brands is Eliza J, and that is what this dress is here. They had this dress priced at, let's see, $20, which 80% off makes this $4 for me. It's really hard for me to leave Eliza J behind for $4, and this looks like a bigger size, so I grabbed it. That is a good cocktail wedding guest dress. Okay, this brand, I don't know exactly what it is because it's in cursive. I pass on it though. Is it Charlie Holiday? No, we already talked about that. I have no idea what this is. I kind of wish I picked it up to take to buy sell trade though, because I like the metallic print, but I'm pretty sure I left that dress behind for $17, so it would have been a little under $4. Shopping at Last Chance when all dresses are 80% off is very overwhelming because where do you start? There are so many racks and I just get overwhelmed and tend to just pull things out that look interesting. Here is an Aster the Label dress. It had a hole, so I passed, but it would have been $4. This brand, JS Collections, this piece would have been a little over $4, and it's a really nice gown, but this brand sits for me, so I'm pretty sure I passed on this one. Oh no, I grabbed it, so haven't listed that yet. Gotta get that listed. Let's hope that piece does better for me than normal. That brand, Go Couture, I always pass on because it doesn't do well for me. I also always pass on BP Dakota because it just doesn't move. I still have a piece in my closet that I bought years ago. I also pass on Sam Edelman clothes, so didn't even really look that one over. Here's another bridesmaid dress from the brand After 6, but again, I have so many bridesmaid dresses, I passed on it, especially in that color. I have a lot of blue bridesmaid dresses. This dress looked interesting, so I was looking for the brand here and I found it. NSR is a department store brand, so sold at Nordstrom, and I don't pick a lot of those up. I've not had much luck selling that brand NSR, so I usually leave it. Here is another Eliza J dress. This one would have cost me about $4, and I passed on it, I guess. You may think I'm crazy for leaving a lot of this stuff behind. You'll see me pass on a lot of things I can definitely make a profit on, like that Eliza J dress, but it is because all dresses are 80% off, and I have so many options, so I'm looking for things that will make me more money. I passed on that Lush dress. It's a cute print, but Lush doesn't have the best resale value, so left that behind. This is a dress from the brand Likely, which is another mid-tier brand sold on Revolve. I really liked the style. It would have cost me about $9, but I put it back at the end of the day because I was buying so much, and this brand doesn't do awesome for me, and it was a size 0. So for all those factors, I left that behind. This is a good Bolo brand, Cinq à Sept, but this was a shirt, so it was not 80% off. And actually, since buying one of those shirts, I've learned that it is a very oversaturated style, so I don't recommend purchasing a Cinq à Sept one shoulder silk shirt. Those are oversaturated. I loved this ASOS all over sequin gown. It was $3. I can't remember if I picked it up or if it was flawed. Here's an Aster the Label dress again. This one is new with tags, and this one would have cost me less than $2, so unless it was flawed, I'm pretty sure I did end up grabbing this one. Coming up here is a Hugo Boss dress, and the tag just says Boss, so it is Boss by Hugo Boss. Now, it cost me about $8, with the 80% off discount, and I put it in my cart and I went back and forth on it, but I did end up grabbing it because these dresses just retail so high. However, they just don't sell well on Poshmark, so hopefully this one does sell this spring. It's a nice spring career wear dress. Here's another Eliza J dress I passed on because I didn't love the style, and then this is a brand I'd never heard of, The Range. And I grabbed it, and when I was looking at all my stuff later, I googled the brand. It retailed really high, and I didn't find much about it on the resale market. Just because it retails high doesn't mean you should grab it, but I did want to do more investigating on this brand, so I did end up bringing that dress home. A lot of the dresses I passed on, as I said earlier, are Nordstrom house brands or department store brands like this Melrose and Market dress. I do not pick up this brand, but it was a cute print. Now here's the exact same Eliza J dress I just showed you guys. This one was new with tags, so I actually did grab this one since it had the new with tags factor, but you will come across a lot of duplicate sizes and styles at Last Chance, just because it's often, you know, like almost like liquidation. Like this dress, actually, that NSR one I just passed really quick, there were two right there back to back of the same dress, so you do have to be careful sometimes because that could mean the market is oversaturated on the dress. I did really like this After Six Bridesmaids dress. I like the color of it, and I don't have many of that color, but I passed it because I think there was a flaw. This is a Dress the Population dress, a higher end like cocktail formal wear brand. I do like to sell this brand. I have seen some people are having a harder time selling it than normal, like than it used to be, but I still like it, so I still grab it for like $6 and under. That was a really cute dress from a brand, the brand Waif. That's not a brand I pick up, but I do kind of wish I grabbed that to try it buy sell trade or something because I like the style. Here is a frame dress. It was priced at $90, which 80% off would still be like $18, so I did pass on that frame dress. I always pass on this brand because it is a juniors brand they sell at department stores. It is like jump apparel. So I have never tried selling it. I don't know, maybe it can sell. Oh, this is another one I pass on. Love X Design. That might be a juniors brand. And here is Rails for $6. So I did grab this dress. I have noticed some Rail styles have been oversaturated lately, so I might have to end up taking that to buy sell trade if it's too oversaturated in the market. And this is a brand Kimberly something. I don't know. I just passed it. Let me know if I missed something good. Here's an Escape dress. Escape is a formal wear brand I've had luck with, but I'm just passing on a lot of formal wear these days. I found some P448s sitting underneath the dresses. I don't know if someone was trying to hide them, if they were lazy and didn't feel like putting them back, but I was not interested. Now, here's a dress I found on the ground. It is a page dress, and it would have been $7. And did I buy that or no? No, it didn't have a hanger, so I just put it back up. I think I might have actually already had one of those dresses that I picked up, and I just don't love getting duplicates all the time. This was a Vince bodycon dress. It would have been $7. I passed on that apparently. Guys, Last Chance brain, when it's this crazy, is like Bin's brain. You don't know what you're doing. Also, I was, again, buying so much stuff that a basic bodycon Vince dress, I guess, just not good enough for me at $7 this day. If you're wondering why I'm not looking at every single dress, it's because I was there the day before, and there are so many duplicates. A lot of the dresses, I just already know what the brand and the style is, and I've decided not to get them, or I've decided to get them. And as I'm saying that, you can see here is the exact same page dress that we found on the ground, and here is an Eliza J dress, and this one was cute, and it had like a little ruffle detail, and I kind of wish I got that now, but I passed on it again just because the Last Chance brain is crazy and I was buying so much stuff. I probably spent like $500 this day. I did like the print of this dress, so I checked it out, but it is Topshop, and Topshop just doesn't sell for me. I can't get it to move even for cheap, so I pretty much always pass on it unless for some reason I love the style. I pass on Roxy pieces as well. Let me know if Roxy does good for you, but I really don't sell it. There's another BB Dakota dress I passed on because I can't move BB Dakota, and here is a Bardot dress for $5. This was new with the Nordstrom return tag attached, so I did pick this up thinking it would be a good fall and winter dress, and it was new with tags. Now, if you're wondering, I don't sell Last Chance items as new with tags. I just don't feel it's right. It is a lot of used items, like what you will see here. This brand I'm not familiar with, but I think it might be a decent brand. They had it priced at $30, but it was all pilly, so this was probably worn and returned. So that is why I do not sell Last Chance items as new with tags unless they have a Nordstrom return tag or a brand tag, which some items at Last Chance do, but most don't. I do often check the items on the floor to see if anything good has fallen, and here is an item, Veronica Beard. So that's a pretty good item that fell on the floor. I did not end up buying it. Either it wasn't a dress or it was probably priced close to $200. I did find this Free People dress, which I did pick up. I think it was about $3, and I really liked the print. And then I found this Ted Baker dress for a little over $8. I did have to pass on this one, not this specific one. I've passed on this style before because of flaws. This one does have flaws as well, but I'm pretty sure I did end up, picking this one up because I think I can sweater shave those out with my deep pillar. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's an $8 risk, but hopefully I can sell that for, I don't know, $50 or more. Ted Baker is definitely a Bolo brand. Here's a brand I've enjoyed picking up recently because it's been selling for $50 and more. It is K. Unger or Unger, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And it is this purple gown. They make formal wear and cocktail pieces. This one was priced close to $10, but I did pick it up because, again, I have been selling these pieces for $50 or more. And this is a La Femme dress, another high retailing formal wear brand. This one is plus size, 16, and they had it priced, again, it would have cost me about $10. I did put this one in my cart, but I'm pretty sure I ended up passing this along to a subscriber I met at Last Chance this day. All the items, I was buying so much stuff, I just had to be selective, and as I said, like formal wear, bridesmaid stuff, I haven't really been picking up lately, so I let her go through my go-backs, and she did pick out some of them, and I believe she did end up picking out that piece, so I hope that does well for her. I think this might actually be another piece I passed along to her. This is a Betsy Johnson dress, and they had it priced really cheap, so I threw it in my cart. Let me see what the price is. Oh my gosh, $10. It would have been $2, but I, again, was just buying so much stuff. I was being more selective. I mean, I definitely bought like 80 pieces, so I had to cut down on some of the things I had in my cart. I'm not familiar with this brand, Live Los Angeles. It was an embroidered dress. They didn't have it priced very high, so I didn't look it up because when Last Chance, not always, but when they have something priced under $20, often the retail is not that high, but you know, Last Chance makes mistakes too, so never say never, but I went with my gut and didn't look up that brand. This was a cute 90s Y2K style BB dress. I have not had much luck with that brand in the past, not that I've sold it a lot. It would have cost less than $2, but it was also flawed. Here's a Vince dress. They had priced it almost $200, so I did leave that one behind because it still would have been like $40 almost. I was walking through the aisles and I saw this print and I knew what it was. It is an embroidered Dress the Population dress, and as I talked about earlier, I do pick up Dress the Population. I like selling it. People have been saying it's not selling as well for them, but this is a very unique, more expensive style because of all that embroidery. Oh my gosh, it was less than $20, meaning it cost me less than $4. That was an awesome pickup. Honestly, I would treat Last Chance like you treat the bins. Pick a bin and go through the entire thing. Pick a rack and go through every single dress, but as you can see, I am not shopping by my own advice. I saw this print and I wanted to see what it was. Alice and Olivia. They had it priced, I think like $70, so would it cost me almost $15? I didn't like the style. It was, the floral top was cute, but it had like a leather skirt bottom. It just seemed sort of out of date to me, so I left it. I've mentioned this probably in a couple recent videos. Lulu's has not been doing well for me. It used to be like a solid bread and butter cocktail brand dress, but I can hardly get it to move anymore. However, this one was slightly over $2 and I really liked the style, so I did end up picking this up. Hopefully it does well, and by well I mean hopefully I can move it fast for $25 to $30. It does not sell like it used to. Here is a Reese dress. It is actually a pretty good brand to pick up and resell. Pieces often retail between like $200 and $500. I did, however, pass on this dress because I already have 2 of them, so I didn't want to add a third one. Again, as I said, like there's so many duplicates at Last Chance. I did pass on that Veronica Beard dress as well because it was the jeans line, which is a little lower tier, and they had it priced high. Here they are restocking dresses, and when they do restocks, it gets crazy. Here are people waiting for the dresses. I am one of those crazy people, but let me tell you, Last Chance is even crazier than the bins I go to. People are very rude at Last Chance, and oftentimes regular shoppers complain about the resellers at Last Chance, and I don't blame them because I complain about those resellers at Last Chance as well. This is me going through the dresses that they restocked. That beautiful dress you saw a little bit ago was an Etro dress, which is a designer brand. However, they had it priced over $300 and I didn't feel like paying $60+ for that dress. My cart is starting to look pretty full, and I saw beads and I could tell what it was. This is a Passaro Nights dress, and I usually pass on those because the beading is usually messed up. This is a Katie May dress. That is a high retail brand that sometimes does okay, but I've sat on it for a long time, so I often pass on the brand Katie May. Here is another high retail brand I was excited to find. It is the brand Favorite Daughter. I don't know much about this brand. I think it might be a newer brand, but I was definitely excited to find it, and hopefully it will sell for over $50. Again, I'm checking the floor. I found this Elliot dress, that's how I say it. It would have been $7, but I haven't had much luck with the brand, so I usually pass on it these days. I really wanted to pick up this shitty chic dress, but it didn't have a price tag, and unfortunately Last Chance will not sell you things that aren't priced. They take it from you and they send it back to the pricers, and they'll get it priced eventually, and you'll have to look for it again. So I did not grab that dress. I popped in the shoes for 5 seconds, and then I was like, what am I doing? Dresses are 80% off. There's no way I can spend time in any other category. Someone did just stick this dress in the shoe section though, and I was trying to figure out what it was, but I hate when it's a higher end thing, they do the safety take over the brand, and oftentimes it's hard to see what the brand actually is. I saw this dress hanging, not hanging, pushed up, as you can see, and I loved the print, so I grabbed it. I recognized that return tag as an ASOS return tag, and guys, the print on this was just so adorable. I was ready to buy it, but they had it priced at $52. I think that was an accident, and I didn't want to pay $10 for an ASOS dress, so I've left it behind. And the funny thing is I have since seen that dress many times at Last Chance. That's what happens when they overprice a dress on accident. It just sticks around for the next few months. Another piece I recognized because of the print was this Sync Sept dress. They had this priced at, I can't even tell, I think it was around $70, and so I for sure grabbed this. I love the print of this piece, and hopefully it will sell for $100 or more, but a lot of the Sync Sept pieces I have been seeing or purchasing at Last Chance are oversaturated, so I'm expecting a little under, maybe like $50 to $100 instead of $100 or more. I should say, I am saying all of that without checking comps on that specific piece. That is just a generalization. And this day I am not checking comps on a lot of the pieces because I shop at Last Chance so frequently and it's a lot of the same brands. I'm pretty familiar about what I can get for each brand and style of dress and how much I'm willing to pay for it. I often do check comps on things I'm unfamiliar with, or maybe if I'm paying up a little bit, but I run my business on not checking comps on every specific piece I buy. Everybody runs their business differently, and I'm not telling you to do that because that's honestly probably not the best way to go, but it's what I like to do. Here is a total bolo brand. You should look on the screen if you want to learn a bolo brand. It is Black Halo, and they had this piece priced around $60, so I threw it in my cart. Black Halo is a brand that can definitely sell for over $100 depending on the style you find, and I did pay $12 for this dress, so let's hope it sells for over $60. Here is, I'm assuming, another reseller's cart, and I gotta be honest, my cart can often look that crazy when I'm at Last Chance as well. So here I am sorting my cart. Here are my pile of go-backs for whatever reason, and I took them over to the other reseller I met this day and just asked her if she wanted to go through them, and I think she did end up grabbing a few. And here is my cart all full of dresses, and guys, I didn't even go through all the dresses. I went through like half of the dresses at most and left with this stuff, leaving lots of good stuff behind as well. This is the current situation after being at Last Chance 2 days in a row with 80% off dresses. I'd say about 95% of everything I got is a dresses. Oh my god, my face. My skin has been doing me dirty. Okay, so that was crazy. I spent only, not for all of this because some of this is from yesterday, but for over 100 items, I think, I spent $350. Fantastic. And with designer stuff, with bread and butter stuff, the bins can't even beat it, really. I didn't even look at shoes, and you guys know I love shoes, but I couldn't even do shoes. My face is bothersome. There we go. So I've been here for probably about 4.5 hours. I was probably shopping for 4 hours because it took me a half hour to check out, literally. And the cashier was super nice. I was chatting. Is that my hair? Oh my gosh, it is. I was chatting with her for a while and she's like, and since we had a half hour to chat, she was really nice, and she was new. It's her first week there. And she's like, people buy this stuff to resell. And I'm like, crazy. Mind blown. She's like, yeah, they come and they do it all day long. And I'm like, I don't do it all day long, but I have been here for 5 hours. So I'm gonna go home and work all night, and my dad's making fried chicken, which is just the best. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned some Bolo brands. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you like reseller content, feel free to subscribe for more videos, because I don't know what order these videos are coming out in, but I have, gosh, been to Last Chance 4 times in the last week because of this 80% off dresses sale. And they just keep restocking, and that's the problem. So I'm giving my mom my credit card. Because look at this. Look at this. That's all I buy.